Now, it's an unusual episode of The Portal because the way I see it, you are Ashley Matthews, but you've created a character who's an actress named Riley Reid who portrays a series of characters in erotic films and shorts. So you have a successful business, you're a successful businesswoman, and I came to know about your existence through sort of a kind of an odd chain of events, which is that when I did one of my first large live shows with Sam Harris and Ben Shapiro at the Masonic in San Francisco, I believe that you were tweeting about how excited you were to attend the event.
Yeah.
And people said, wow, Riley Reid is going to your event. And I said, who's Riley Reid? And people thought, wow, you really don't know. This is an incredibly famous erotic actress who is apparently very interested in rationality, psychedelics, sexuality, and sort of understanding where our country is going from an unusual viewpoint. So you were at that show?
Yes, I was.
How did that impress you?
I, to be honest, wanted there to be more conversation about like all the things. I mean, Sam Harris talks about it all, like the free will and this and that type of thing. But I think it was a lot of politic type things, kind of Ben Shapiro and him kind of talking a lot back and forth. I didn't really get to hear much from you.
Well, I tried to stay out of when they were trying to get into, is there a God? Is there no God? I figured that it's like the Sharks and the Jets or the Bloods and the Crips. You don't want to get in the middle of it.
Of course.
Right.
But nonetheless, I loved it. It was great.
Now, what drew you initially to that world of Sam Harris and his constellation of issues?
The first time I listened to him, a friend of mine recommended one of his podcasts about social media and kind of the, what is it, like how it manipulates you, the manipulation in social media. And social media is such a huge part of my life and my job that I thought it was really important for me to take a look and understand it deeper in a way that I've never really even visualized it or even noticed what was going on in the social media world. And so because I work in it, we kind of all now work in it. I thought it was kind of like a duty to know exactly what we're all doing and kind of like helping influence. So when I first heard that podcast, I was really intrigued by it and thought that it was I thought that Sam was like so well spoken and it was very interesting, and I wanted to look more into his work and whatnot. I listened to a few more of his podcasts and learned about his fight against religion and his perspectives on free will, which were things that I've never even heard of before. And I grew up religious myself, so to be able to listen to an atheist talk about all of these things that I kind of always felt within myself without ever actually expressing it, I thought was really interesting and beautiful. And I felt like I was like, oh, here's like somewhere I can relate and things that I feel to be within me but never actually expressed or found, I guess, my following or fellow peers that I could speak to about this. So I was very, very interested in everything he had to say, and I'm an active listener on his podcasts.